You love having fun.
Exactly. I don't ningeenda clubbing.
Yeah.
You know, my husband tells me what? Wewe kama singekuoa wewe hata ungekufa na ukimwi. I've told you, my husband tells me as it is.
Yeah.
Audio Jungle.
Are you doing? I hope that you're well, you're blessed. Oh my goodness, I am extremely excited because do you know why we're here? We're here for Edified Woman. Thank you so much for being here. Yani nawapenda nyinyi na familia zenu, you, as for you and your house. Imagine we are now starting our journey for Edified Woman podcast. Let's take a minute and clap for everyone who's here. Please, please, please. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited and I can't wait to see how these will go. Karibu sana to the very first amazing episode of Edified Woman, where I know that you will be edified because, we are here for the edification. My name is Racheal Kahugu. As I said before, very happy and blessed to be here. Before we even start, let me tell you where we're shooting from. This amazing, cozy, beautiful place. This is Fancy Apartments in Nakuru. So kama unataka kurelax, if you're in Nairobi, Eldoret, Uganda, you know, wherever you're watching us from, and you'd want to come to Nakuru and enjoy your stay here, this is the place for you. It's very serene, very silent, you know. It's the place where you come, get in touch with yourself, get in touch with your inner child. I'm already talking about what we'll be talking about, but this is where you just come and enjoy. So this is Fancy Apartments. If you want to reach out to them, their numbers are right there. Please make sure ukikuja Nakuru, come and enjoy your stay right here. To our team, asanteni sana for making this a success. Najua tujanza, but thank you so much for making this a success. Our amazing producer, our team. I'm so excited and thank you for being a guest of honor. Thank you for being here. Just take a minute and subscribe and share this as much as you can. Now, for very first episodes on the Edified Woman, you will be truly edified because we're talking about insecurities. We're talking about overthinking. We are saying that you need to be edified and be at peace with your heart, with your mind, with your soul. So we're talking about why is it that you'd be in ministry as a lady, you're balancing everything. Okay, in ministry, you have an amazing family, you have things working out, but you're working with insecurities in your heart. What causes that? Why is it that you have a lot of things zinazunguka tu kwa akili yako? You know, 1 minute you keep, unataka kutembea na CCTV everywhere, you know, to make sure things are working. And today, to have that conversation, we have Faith Nduhiu on set. She's my very first guest. And apart from that is that she is my good friend. She is a powerhouse. She is a mother. She is a business lady. She is a beautiful lady. She's a mother to the Gen Zs, apart from your kids. She's a music gospel minister. I can't hata siwezi kumbuka tulimit when the first time. Na feel ni kama nimekuja for 10 years now.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, come to think of it. It was like, should be 2020? 2021?
Yeah, around there.
Around there, 2021.
It's been years.
It was 2021.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here. Okwaje?
Pleasure is all mine.
Asante sana for being here.
Yes, edified woman.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, we are edified. Okay,
yeah.
We're in the journey of being fully edified.
I know.
But we are edified.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being here.
Anytime.
For being my very first guest.
Yes.
Naona kama, in fact, this is where we plug the business. Now, we have these amazing cups. If you want to purchase, these are our numbers. Please purchase. But for Faye, we'll be getting you one.
Oh, thank you.
Because, yes, correct. So,
Sips coffee.
Thank you so much for being here. Tuanze na unakaa vizuri.
Asante.
You're very beautiful.
Thank you, mama.
My goodness.
Asante.
Nini gani?
Lazima tukue edified kila mahali.
Kila kitu.
Beauty, everything.
Everything.
Alafu unajua ukikuwa mama ya Gen Z, ile unatoka uko zile, mom, hiyo dress kidogo. Sometimes unataka nivae kama wewe.
Your daughter is very beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sasa tumefika for details. Let's go back. Please introduce yourself at your camera for the people who are seeing you for the very first time. I'm wondering why you've never seen her, but hey, please introduce yourself and say hi to our people.
Yeah. Oh, hi everyone. My name is Faith Nduhiu. I am born again.
Yeah.
I love the Lord with my everything. And I am married to one man who is a man.
Very important.
And blessed with 2 daughters. Believing God for a baby boy. Very soon. I know, right?
Do you need to hold present?
Adapt sasa. I'm a mother of Gen Z. And apart from my daughter, I'm a mother of many, including her.
Yes, please.
And I do so many things. I do high school ministry. I do university ministry. I do young couples ministry. I'm the CEO of Worship Aura, Kenya. And professionally, I've done, I'm a certified professional mediator.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and you're a pastor as well.
Hapa pastor ni kama ninachezanga chini ya.
What do you mean?
I don't know why.
And the way, kuna mafuta. Kuna mafuta.
Nitafanyia ordination very soon.
Yeah.
At least I'd be vocal about it. But I've studied theology as a pastor. Yeah, but mimi ninapendanga tu kuitwa Faith.
Kokana sisi hapa. You know, every time we come for our events, niambia usinike kwa VIP. Wacha mimi nende ni dance.
Wacha nikae na watu wengine huku nje. I love having fun and being with people. Because those people, they are my family. I don't call them fans. They are family. And they are people you will call, they come for your event. So why go there kwa VIP when you can dance? If you have seen my videos on TikTok, nilipiga sherehe ya kudance.
Only dance. Now, by the time we're recording this on Sunday, last week, we had an event with the Age.
Yes.
Me shamelessly plugging everything here. So we have a ministry called The Age. Every day got encounter. So we had the encounter season 2 last week on Sunday. And Faye danced. Oh my goodness. Shout out to Moji, Boss Emoji, and everyone who came. Asanteni sana na watu wa Age na wapenda. Now,
back to us.
Yes. Let's backtrack.
Yes.
And look at the little Faye.
Yes.
Where you were born and your upbringing. Because we say here at Edified is where we get to, learn and walk through the journeys of the people or the edified women who have gone before us, so that we won't make the mistakes that they made. We won't have some fears that you went through, the insecurities that you've gone through, so that tutaruka your stage. So just to be able to understand that, Faith ulizaliwa wapi? What was your childhood like?
Faith was born in Nakuru, but then again my parents died when I was a little girl. So when my my dad died, I don't even remember how he looked. I don't know if he's brown or black. I don't know his face.
Maybe he's brown. You're brown.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, so I never had that time to be with my dad. And then my mom died again when I was 4 years old. He got sick after dad passed. She got sick. She alikuwa na stress, depression, whatever. Na she passed on, so we were left.
Depression.
Yeah, walikuwa wamependana na dad sana. So when my dad got the accident, my mom feel like everything is lost, and she got sick. In fact, alikufia medical when I was told. Some other time, my sisters came to my place. We spent together and we were making stories, and they were telling me how my mom died. And they said my mom alifika mahali akaona 4 watu wanne wameva all white, and they were telling her, welcome. And now my mom was telling people and my sisters, please can you allow me to go? Where I am going is very beautiful.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so before my mom died, she was a powerhouse. And I was being told ati my mom akiomba in tongues, akiombea watoto wake huko, ati nikiwa kadogo, like my kasmola Naya, I was following her nyuma nikisemaga hata mimi raba. Yeah.
That tells us why you are now a powerhouse.
Yeah, so she planted a good seed before she died, and she died well because alisema aliona watu wakimkuja wakimwambia welcome, and she told my sister, watoto wake, please allow me to go na mnichungie Nimo. At that time nilikuwa ninaitwa Nimo. Akasema nichungie Nimo. So and here I am. So after she passed on, nikaenda kwa my grandma in Njoro.
Okay.
That is where I was raised. My grandma, sasa mom to my mom. Akatuchukua, akatupeleka Njoro, Egerton. That is where now I started my life. A life that I wouldn't want any other kid to go through. But anyway, kila mtu akona life yake. And God knows why anakupitisha all those journeys.
Yeah.
It was not a life, yaku mafuta nini, because my grandma used to be that grandma. Ukileta mchezo,
anapita na wewe.
Unaona hii panga si panga inakata hivi sasa. Unawekelewa za huku nyuma, my friend. I think
na panga. Mbona wazazi walikuwa na chapa.
I know, right?
But panga, funny you want to kill us. Mtupendi. Nilisikia mtu akisema that mimi vile nilichapwa na mzazi ni kama aliwahi niua. I'm like, it wasn't that bad. Please heal.
Please heal.
Yeah.
But for me, I always say, and I don't, anytime I'm talking about my grandma, I don't talk na uchungu, because she molded me and she made me to be who I am today.
Yeah.
If she wasn't, kama hakukua ule mama, that shosho, that anapampa watu nini, I don't think I'll be here.
Yeah.
So I love her. She's still alive. She's heading to 90-something years.
Nice.
Yeah, she's still alive. So sisi ni wale tulikuwa tunaamka asubuhi, tunachunia ng'ombe, napier grass.
Yeah.
Tunakamua. We didn't have fridge. Tunaweka maziwa ndani ya maji. We ran to school with the blue slippers na green slippers. Alafu kuna kashimo hapo katikati. Sijui kama wewe slippers ilishai kuishia. Unaona ile vile na slippers ukatika. Alafu sasa unadungililia mwiba ya dhafa ya hizi nini zinaitwa defense.
Ni ile mwiba karefu. Mimi nilijua kwa sababu nilikuwa mdogo, tulikuanga tunaweka ile nini ya mahindi. Tunacheza nayo hiki. Yeah.
That one.
Maybe that tells you my age, but hey.
So sisi ni kuweka kwa tunadungililia kwa slippers ndio ishikilie huko chini, because we don't have two bob ya kwenda kupeleka hiyo slippers kwa fundi. So ka slippers kameisha nini, alafu ni ile umeamka late, lazima ukamue, lazima uchunie ng'ombe. So probably you will not even have time to take breakfast. Okay? So ka ugali kajana unapita nako unaenda ukikulanga, alafu kijipaka maugali. Unajua kwa barabara si kuna nyasi, alafu kuna hiyo nini ya maji ya asubuhi. Pita nayo, oga nayo bro. Changamuka.
What?
I know.
Okay.
Unapita na hiyo maji tunaitanga ime. In Greek. Unapita na hiyo maji, unajitengeneza uso vizuri. Remember ulikuwa umekamua, so utanuka mafuta ya ng'ombe.
My thought exactly, but
na unafika shule, at times unafika late, unakuta mwalimu on duty yako hapo, unakimbia kiwanja mara kadhaa, ama unapokea vita yako safi. That was the kind of life that I lived, to a point where in class 6 I dropped out of school, and me and my cousin, we decided we are going to be thieves.
So for you dropped out of school at class 6, and you sat and decided, I'm a girl, but I will be a thief.
Yes, tunaenda kwa neighbor, tunaiba mahindi, and then we sell to students who are Egerton University. These are the things, people see this beautiful faith, powerhouse, praying for you, Ekataya, but they don't know the woman behind faith, where she has come from. This is where faith is coming from guys. Now you know for the very first time.
No, let me ask. Each time mkiamua hamtaki kurudi shule.
Yeah.
Your grandma, did she know? She just allowed you, okay, it's fine. You don't want to go to school? Then stay at home.
No. Kwa nani? Tulikuwa tunaweka nguo za nyumbani kwa bag. Tunatoka na uniform tumeenda shule.
Yeah.
Tukifika kwa hiyo shamba, tuna change nguo za home, nguo za uniform tunaweka kwa bag, tunaficha bag, tunachuna hizi whatever. Tunafunika bags. So we go, we sell mahindi, we come back for our bags, we change to our uniform, looking very nice, good students. We are coming back. Yes. My friend.
That went for how long?
1 month. Tulikujua mpaka na chief.
Yeah.
Siana siya soso wajeri. Yeah. Siana siya soso wajini. Wako wapi sababu we have not seen them for a month.
Yeah.
My grandma is like, but my kids have been coming to school. So, tukawekelewa zetu safi. My cousin alikuwa hapo Morangi. Unajua Morangi? Morangi ni mti ingine, kiboko ingine.
Okay. Yeah.
Ukipigwa nayo mbili, yako imeisha. So tulichapwa na chief, tukachapwa na headmaster, tukachapwa na cousin.
Why?
Sababu ya kupotea shule. Tukachapwa
That
vita.
was too much.
I know, but they don't, those days they did care.
Okay.
Na hakukuwa na child right at that time. Ati useme, ati sijui nitawapeleka wapi. We were beaten proper. And from that time we decided we are going back to school. And the reason as why we didn't want to go to school is because we come, at times we don't take supper, hakuna food. At times we don't take breakfast. At times there is no lunch. Unaenda shule asubuhi, umeenda bila food. When you come back, ukipata dogi imelala kwa jikoni, unarudi ukilia because there is no food. You won't go to ask my grandmother questions. Utapokea yako. Kwanza mkute shamba akilima, alikuwa anaturushi, alikuwa anatuonea huko, panga, rudini kwenye moto. You know, I love my grandma. I love my grandma. So, that was the life that I lived.
So you went back to school, the same school?
Yes.
Till class 8?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think mimi sijawahi badilisha shule even in high school. Nimesomea shule moja. So we went back one time, I think in still in class 6. Class 6 nilijionea mambo.
Went through the most.
Hey.
Yeah.
So after going back to school, tukafukuzwa school fees. Nikarudi. At that time, I found my grandma. Nikamwambia tumefukuzwa, akauliza mmefukuzwa nini school fees. Aliniambia, rudi kwa hiyo shule, uambie, unaona North Cemetery, Njeri alizikwa huko. Waende. And that is when I started having ulcers, stress. I could just go at the back of my house. We just sit there, you cry. You even ask God, why did you allow my mom to die?
At this point, who is your sister?
Now, my second, mwenye nimefuata, hawa wakubwa, their life mi sikujua where they were living. But sasa, mwenye nimefuata, tulikuwa tunaishi na yeye. But again, sasa na yeye akasoma, akaenda boarding school. So we were left, me and my cousin.
Okay.
So, no, my one sister who is in Italy right now, alikuwa naishi na my aunt in Nairobi. We had a very rich uncle, but he passed on. May his soul rest in peace. So my aunt used to help watoto.
Okay.
So, but for me, nilika na my grandma all through.
Okay.
And then my sister, my firstborn sister got married, and then akanichukua. So nilikuwa ninarero ni shosho na sister. Ni shosho nikipigwa huku naenda huku, nikipigwa huku naenda huku. That's my life.
So in high school.
Yes.
So this is
primary school.
That's primary school.
Yes.
So you're done with class 8.
Yes.
Blah blah blah. High school, where did you study?
Lake Lorenzo. At that time ilikuwa Lake Nakuru. After Lake Nakuru, tukiwa Lake Nakuru, mimi ndio nilikuwa Mary Mother of Jesus.
Why?
Watoto wakipotea wameenda sherehe shamra, mimi ndio sneak kwa principal.
Yeah. Okay. By the way, I'll make sure I ask my principal that question. There's a lady
Yeah.
in Ashuku, she used to do that for us. Because I was suspended in high school. We'll talk about
Ni
that.
sisi.
No, I wasn't suspended. Like I didn't go home, but I was this close. Yeah.
Tulikuwa tunaenda tunawastaki because when I was in high school, I was this born again. Now, for me, I think life yangu, as much as ninafanya hizi vitu zote, I'm still born again. I have the fear of God because when I was in class 8, I went into prayers and I cried sana na nikaambia Mungu, I want to go to high school and I want to go to a boarding school where I will not suffer. And God answered my prayer.
Yeah.
Someone came, sponsored me. Saizi unajua ukisema sponsor watu wana...
By then it was clean.
It was clean.
Yeah.
A mzungu guy came, sponsored me my high school, whatever.
Yeah.
And then high school was good. I can't complain because now niko na sponsor.
Yeah.
I have somewhere to live, my sister's place,
Yeah.
and my shosho's place. So I have 2 places to live. And then the husband to my sister, Baba Joe, he also passed on. He took me in as his firstborn. So he was there for me.
Okay.
They treated me well.
Okay.
In high school, life was good.
It was okay.
Yeah.
Campus. After high school?
Now after high school,
Yeah.
The mzungu who had sponsored me, mwenye alikuwa ametufanyia hiyo connection, akaona hey, aka katoto ni kama kanapendwa sana na kataenda majuu na nini, oh blah blah blah, because the mzungu had decided akanibaia phone. So alikuwa sometimes anatuma pesa direct to me, isipitie kwao nini. Connection yetu ikaishia hapo. So here I am. I don't have money to go to high school, to campus.
Yeah.
What do? Boom, Faith got married.
Hey, no, let's come there. No, you were married immediately after high school?
Immediately after high school.
How old?
I was 20, 19, 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, when you talk about marriage,
Yeah.
at the age which was, that's something I know we'll come there. We'll unpack that.
Yeah.
But now that you know it's years later,
Yeah.
would you say there's an ideal age for getting married?
For me, I'd say no.
No?
Because, okay, I think, yes, I got married when I was very young. I don't regret about it because God gave me a man who was, tumeachana na tumiaka. But when you see us, we look like age mates. So anytime I could fanya vitu za ufala because I'm still a kid, alikuwa ananiambia najua ni utoto inakusumbua, utagrow tu.
Tungekosana vibaya sana.
I know.
Because what do you mean you told I'm your wife? Chana na bibi bada.
But unajita kama mkutano na hapo bedroom unasema yeye hapa nika utoto hapo. So my husband my husband is that one person who will atagonga vile inafaa. He doesn't care.
Yeah.
Nika utoto kana kusubua, utagrow
too. All right.
Yeah.
Now you get married.
I got married because now I have no option. I don't want to go back to my shosho's place. I don't want to go to shamba again. I am just tired of kulima. So I got married.
Is this someone you know?
Yes.
You knew him from high school?
Yes.
Okay.
Nikimalizia form 4, nilikuwa heartbroken. Alafu sasa nikapata the right one. Yeah.
Okay.
Nilipigwa character development.
The day I'll get married, I'll come back to this seat and tell you about it. Before then, try to scare thing.
I know, right? So nikapigwa character development and I cried for a whole week.
A whole week for you.
I know, right? Imagine.
Was it that
a whole
bad?
week? Yes, it was that bad because and that is why anytime a person will come to me and we are talking about love, nini, I will not judge because we listen and we don't judge.
Yeah.
Because I'm also human and I've gone through such a heartbreak, nini. So, yeah, nikalia. But during that time, I was praying to God. The last 3 days of my crying, I fasted and I told God, the next guy who is coming into my life. Remember, I told you I've been a church girl. My grandma used to take me to church.
Yeah.
So I know God.
Yeah.
Siezi jifanya. I know God. And so, and kuna some decisions I had made.
Yeah.
No sex before marriage, no nini. Like I had put plans for myself. I'm not gonna do this. So here is Faith. And getting married at very little age, then I got pregnant. So ni mtoto analea mtoto. Yeah. So ni mtoto analea mtoto.
How was that?
It was crazy, it was bad because now I got married to a teacher who alikuwa anafunza private school. At that time they were being paid 8,000 so you can imagine 8,000 analipa hao, analipa nini na ameoa kasichana kametoka shule hakajui maisha.
Alikuwa serious?
Alikuwa serious because I told him one time
this is a Edified woman to Gemuita,
but
to Tamuita, because what? You're a teacher, you have students. You've not need.
You know, I think for my marriage, I always say it was God planned. Because for me, if I didn't get married at that time, ingekuwa ni story nyingine.
What do you think would have changed?
I don't think I would be this mature lady right now.
Okay.
Because kidogo nikiwa high school nilikuwa natupia pressure. Tunanivuruta huku.
Na vile unapenda raha wewe kama
I know. Now umegonga pale ndipo penye siku ya nataka kwenda.
You love having fun.
Exactly. Ningeenda. I know ningeenda clubbing.
Yeah.
You know, my husband tells me what? Wewe kama singekuoa wewe hata ungekufa na ukimwi. I've told my husband tells me as it is.
Yeah.
So, like ningeingia, you see how mimi hupenda kudance na nini in Christ. Maybe hizi vitu zote ningefanyia outside the world. Ningeingia clubbing because I had started to have friends after high school. Of course, that is when now you start getting friends who will influence you. Because I remember the first night after nimemaliza high school, I had a friend. This friend tells me, umemaliza high school. You remember Dimples?
Yeah.
Dimples na Coco Savannah. Uto tu nini tulifungwa. So me I was taken to for the as a club. I don't know. I don't know. So kwa comment sections ya bomu tuambie ka Dimples ilifungwa. Uko ndio.
We don't know.
You know, right?
How would we know?
We don't know.
We don't know.
So I was taken there for the first night I finished high school. Now you see where I'm coming from. So nimepelekwa Dimples for the first time. Alafu kumbuke mimi ndio nilikuwa snitch. Wakienda mastudio wakienda clubbing, wakipotea shule nilikuwa na snitch naenda naambia principal. Sasa si ni time yangu. Nikaona matazi nazunguka. Kidogo kulikuwa na kapombe sijui kilikuwa kanaitwa Smirnoff kachupa ya glass. Faith chapa mbili changanyikiwa. Anza kuswim kwa dance floor.
Thank God for your husband. Thank God for getting married at that time.
I know, right?
But, you know, when we started, we talked about insecurities.
Yes.
We talked about
overthinking.
Not being very sure about stuff in your life.
Yes.
And these will mostly go to the ladies who are watching us and they got married when very young. Or they are in relationships and marriages where they're not very sure about what's going on in your life.
Yeah.
At this point, you're already in ministry.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So after high school, you've gotten married. At that, you worship aura. Ilikuwa worship aura at that point?
No, not really. At that time, nilikuwa tu ninafanya worship afternoons. I remember my first...
Weekly?
No. Just a Sunday, ninaamuka tu ninasema, guys, tunafanya worship afternoon.
Yeah.
Tuna hivyo.
Yeah, but you are a minister of the gospel Bible.
Yes.
All right. Now, you married.
Yes.
You're pregnant.
Yeah.
You have a baby.
Yes.
But you're still doing ministry.
Yes.
At this point, were you very happy in the marriage? What you expected versus what you got? Was it everything you wanted?
Kukua like dem ametoka kwa shida, afu naingia kwa shida ingine. Yeah, because we used to live in we lived in a, what is it called, one karum kamoja,
single
bed, one bed, mitungi tunakalia mitungi ndio viti, alafu stove. My husband akienda shule anaenda kinukanga moshi ya stove. So now you see nimetoka kwa shida, nimeingia kwa shida ingine. But let me tell you, you can never advise a woman who is in love. I was in love with this guy.
Yeah.
So I was not seeing the problems. Me, I was happy.
That's good.
Yeah, me, I was not seeing the problem.
Yeah.
I was happy with him because he was there for me. He was treating me nice. So
Yeah.
I was okay. So, but with time, unasikia tu vile watu uko nje wanasema, oh, Faith, you're beautiful, unaimba fiti, umeolewa na mwalimu maskini, oh, blah, 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 blah. But I didn't listen to them. I think I loved this guy.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I loved him.
Then God blessed you.
Nikapata mtoi.
Time.
Bado ni shida. Hatuna food yenye tunakula, food ya maana ni mayai, sukuma na ugali. Haya, kukosekane kila kitu, napika uji ya this uji ya unga. Hiyo ndio ninakunywa for breakfast. Mtoi anyonye. That is why unasikianga firstborns wanakuanga wanakapitianga.
Yeah.
So my daughter mpaka akakosa maziwa because I'm not eating healthy.
Yeah.
But I'm here loving this guy. Mapenzi.
You were in love.
Kizugumukuti.
Kweli, kweli.
I was in love.
Yeah.
We continue, blah, 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 blah. God started blessing us. After Mtoya may grow to 3 years old, my husband took a loan. He took the first loan of 45,000 and he tells me, I want you to go to studio. I want you to go and sing because nilikutoa kanisa na wewe ni mwimbaji. And he told his sister, in his life he wants to marry a singer. So he takes a loan of 45,000, takes me to studio, tukachukua tu hapo 8,000, tukanunua kiti. Mungu akatusaidia, tukafungua hiyo mlango, tukachukua the other rooms, at least tukakuwa na sitting. Yeah. We were continued, tukagrow, tukaenda 1 bedroom.
First song.
Kai, my grandmother loves song. Kai, oh my God, I can't even remember.
God, me live recordings. Sasa
I know, right?
Yeah. But then check out all the songs as a fee. My favorite is Jemedari.
Jemedari, and people love that
Imagine
song.
Bakasai. Amitenda is powerful, it's amazing. But Jemedari, there's something. There's something
I will
about
start
that
singing that song because so many people, even during age, kuna watu walikuwa wananiambia, please Faith, sing Jemedari. I will nini.
Na tuifanyie live.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Sawa.
Anyways, we'll check out the first song.
Yes. So I went to studio na hapo ndio nikaanza kuimba, but of course life was not easy.
Yeah.
Umeingia tu kwa studio, you have no mentor, you have no one to talk to. Kwenye umeenda kufanya studio, unapeana songs zako, that time tulikuwa tunatengeneza DVD tunapeleka Nairobi. Unapelekea DJ anaiangalia, anaivunja, anasema yo, this is no good packaging, na umekopa fare ya kwenda Nairobi.
Surely.
Yeah.
Please do better. Thanks.
That is the life we were at that time.
Yeah.
Packaging
Right now,
is
God has
bad.
blessed
Yeah.
you.
Packaging is bad, nini, blah, blah, blah. So at times I felt like, me, I don't want to do music. I think I will just look for a job. But my husband tells me, no, you're being called in ministry. And let me tell you, if God has chosen you to do something, hata ufike unaona huku upodele huku bado he will still bring you back.
Also, you know what I'm getting there?
Yeah.
Guys, get married to the right people.
Oh yeah.
People who know what you're called for.
Yeah.
Si huyo mtu akapa anakudanganya ati wewe nitakuwa alafu wacha kufanya kazi ukae nyumbani utakulisha. You just get married to the right person. Well, I'm not married yet, but
yeah, it's
get
true.
married to the right person. That's big up to your husband.
Yeah.
Now that you've been growing, especially in music, because you said he's the one who took you to studio for the very first time.
With a loan.
With a loan.
Yeah.
Ubarikiwe.
Yeah.
And now you've really grown in ministry.
Yeah.
How does he take it? At any point, ashaika kona kama anakuangalia is like
ananionea iti yo wewe unakaa ni kama utafika mahali uniwache usahau ni mimi nilichukua the first loan
because that's
Insecurities. Yeah. I think sidhani tumefika hapo, but I always hatukosangi vita and kukosana. People ask me, hey Faith, unakuanga mjovial, una post your husband, hey, my baby, my whatever, do you fight? Yeah, we do, like most of the time.
Yeah.
But we always remind ourselves, why did we get married? At times, unaboeka na marriage pa unasikia nikawa nitatake a break kidogo.
Have you ever taken a break? Ushaimwambia narudi kwetu?
Nishairudi.
Ushairudi?
Na akanikujia mara ya kwanza, akanikujia ya pili, ya tatu akaniambia
unarudi mara mingi kwa nini?
Aliniambia, bro, ukitaka kuishi kwenu kaa kwenu sasa, umenizoea.
Ulikuwa unajua atakukujia?
He loved me. Yeah. So alikuwa ninamwambia sitaki, nimekasirika, ninachukua hui. Yeah. Mara ya tatu aliniambia unataka kwenda? Siwende.
Yeah.
Na sikukuji.
How do you deal with the insecurities in marriage? Once in a while when you feel like you're meeting too many people, my brother, what's up? Or when you are in ministry, you meet a lot of people, you've really grown. Yeah. You are a voice, you see it in Nakuru. Yeah. How does he deal with that? Do you talk about it?
Hey, let me tell you, funny enough, imagine I'm the one with insecurities unlike him.
So what are your insecurities?
Him being a high school teacher, of course, kuna at times atapigiwa simu usiku wa manane. Teacher, blah. I'm like, mnafanya hesabu usiku saa 8.
Exactly.
Saa 5, blah blah. Yeah. All those crazy.
Yeah. But being a
shenanigans.
Teacher, my dad was a teacher, so I get what you're saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
So such kind of things, nini. And then of course, I don't know how to take it, but I think we need, unaona watu wenye wamebobea in marriage, maybe you get someone mwenye atatuambia story na simu. Is it okay to have your husband's phone?
That's a whole discussion there.
And the password and the whatever.
Tell us, if you're watching it, tell us. If you're married, do you have all the passwords and blah 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 to your husband's phone?
And how does it feel, guys, when you take your hubby's phone and then it has passwords and you don't know the password? Hebu tuambieni hapo kwa comment section. Ina feel aje, Yeah. Okay. So of course in marriage, as Mimi I always say, and as I said, working with couples, I've worked with over 100 couples. And let me tell you, the only issues they have when they come to me, simu ya mzae kuna password, hataki kunipea password. Niliona tu message anaambia kadem nimekumiss au blah 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 blah, you're beautiful. Yeah. So as a woman you will ask yourself, okay, ni nini hiyo yenye anaona uko nje yenye mimi sina? Yeah. And this is what I was telling women, by the way, on my camera.
Yes, please.
It's high time as a woman you start loving yourself first, acknowledging that you're beautiful, knowing who you are in that marriage. That one, ukipata to message to shenanigans, they will not put you down and you start feeling, I think this guy is going out because I'm not beautiful, I'm not up to the game, I'm more blah, 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 blah. Start loving yourself first and knowing who you are in that marriage. Okay. Because let me tell you, you cannot control a big man what to do. You can't control a big woman what to do. If a person wants to cheat, they will cheat.
And maybe if that's something else we need to talk about.
Yes.
Is that why does it, you chose one another. Uncle for Siwa. Yeah. Yeah. And you decided, tunapendana sana, let's involve the government and get married. Yeah. So that
for
you
better
never
for
go
us.
For better for us.
Yeah.
Then you're in marriage.
Yeah.
What should couples do just to make sure that we don't have issues that we are now tired here? Yeah. We can no longer do this. No, you go out or your wife goes out. What causes that, and how as a couple, how do you go about that?
I think what have really, really destroyed marriages in the days that we are living in, because let me tell you, the divorce, there is high rate of divorce until mpaka nyinyi mmesema mtaki to get married because the picture. I know, right? Amen. Yeah. She's getting married, by the way. I always tell her that. Yeah. So,
but
so
I
many.
Get what you're saying, this generation.
Hawataki marriage.
Yeah.
They're saying, yeah, because the picture that we are portraying out there, marriage is bad. Yeah. And the reason as to why people are getting out of marriage, they're divorcing, it is number one, infidelity. People are cheating left, right, and center. Cheating. And then number two, story na do. Unapata mdima anataka soft life, but the husband cannot offer that soft life. Haya, again, economy is just crazy right now. So a woman would want this kind of life, but the husband is not able to do that. So what will the woman do? Ataenda atapata mbaba. In marriage, unapata mtu akona mbaba, anafidiwa, anafanyiwa nini na kwa marriage. So what is happening is that people don't value marriage the way our parents used to value marriage. They're not valuing marriage anymore. It's like, unitaki, si tukafunge. Hakuna kutetea marriage. That is what is happening. And mostly infidelity. It is of high rate. That is, I've said, you cannot control a big man on what to do. Unaweza angalia hiyo simu 100 times. You can check the phone. You can go crazy about it. But again, this guy akitoka amesema ameenda job. Will you follow him hadi kwa job? The only thing you do is to pray for him and to, know who you are in that marriage and pray for your marriage.
Let's talk about that. Last year, now we have absolutely very many conversations. So the things we haven't mentioned here, of course, because of time. But you had mentioned that last year was a bit heavy for you.
Yes.
In terms of literally everything. You got to a place of almost getting into depression. Tell us a bit about that and how you were able to overcome that, such that your marriage remained intact, your ministry remained intact, and your relationship with your friends and your babies remained intact.
At that time, I had done the live recording a year back, and so coming hiyo mwaka, I have a lot of debts, and then unajua shetani halalangi lakini ashinde mfululizo. The moment shetani anaonanga you love this thing too much, he uses that thing. I love marriage. I've been talking to marriage. Me, I hate to see people divorce. I hate to see people fight. Ninapendanga tu kuona watu wako happy in marriage. My friends can tell you. I will do anything for that marriage. And so, shetani akaamua hii marriage yako utajua ujui. And my marriage was beaten left, right, and center. All those kind of crazy things. Insecurities, overthinking. Kidogo yani unapata tu ka message kamepopa. Like shetani tu analeta tu vitu to kufanya uone enyewe hii marriage is not working. So I was to a point of I'm just tired with this marriage. I'm tired with life. I'm tired with everything. At that time again unapata hata mabeshte, they are not there for you. So you are left at a place where you are you yourself and you. And I got to a point where I didn't want to see people. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I didn't want to see my husband. I didn't want to see my kids. I just wanted to be me.
By yourself.
Me by myself alone. And people say they see the joy of your faith, but there is also, I'm a human where I'm human at the end of the day, as much as I will. And that time, remember kuna bado watu walikuwa wanani text, wanani WhatsApp, mom, I'm going through this. But ile huruma ya mzazi, I will still help that one person. But I'm here, no one is helping me. I'm not even helping myself. So, and at one point, I started doing the midnight prayers I had told you. I started doing the midnight prayers, na nikaambia Mungu, now hii maisha nimekuachia. Do what you want to do with my life. I love marriage. I'm always there for people. And this is what I told God literally what I'm feeling. And I told God I feel like giving up. And I told God I'm even tired with you, by the way. Nimechoka na wewe Mungu, nimechoka na watu. I became vulnerable to God. And I told him exactly what I'm feeling. And I started praying at midnight, nini. Started building that relationship with God. At times I could pray. Baka you see, when you're praying, you could feel, there is someone in the room with you. So And that is how I build myself. I build myself pole pole, pole pole. The Holy Spirit helped me. And I become alive.
Yeah.
And I came back.
Yeah. It's the same year that you're on billboards.
At the end of the year, the starting of the year, it was crazy, nini. Things are not working for my life. Then coming, nikienda kumalizia mwaka ndio mimi nimejazwa Nairobi kwa 13 billboards. You're in Nairobi. So, like, when I started praying, God started doing his things. Mungu alianza tu kufanya mambo yake. And I think that is where people need to know when you have umefika mwisho yako. That is when God starts.
Oh yeah.
Ukimwambia, unajua at times we pray and then we have option B, we have option Z, and we tell God. And at times when we are praying, Kahugu is here praying, Father, I want this man to look like this, akue hivi, akue hivi. But there is that one man. For me, I wanted to get married to a mzungu. By the way.
Really?
Yeah. I wanted a mzungu ndio tukitembea kwa barabara ananishika mkono, ananivurutia kiti. Exactly. You know me, I'm that one girl who napenda kutaptapiwa hey, nilipewa wa moshadha hajui kitu, nothing. Atio, God knew he's going to give me this one.
Yeah, and he was the best.
He was the best.
Yeah.
If angeniletea mzungu simi ningeenda majuu. Nani angekuwa anafanya worship aura? God knew and he brought this man. God gives us what we need, not what we want.
Oh wow.
What we need.
All right.
I needed him.
Yeah.
But I wanted a mzungu.
But you needed him. He was exactly what you needed.
Yes, and God gave me that.
Now I want you to speak to a lady.
Yes.
A lady who's just gotten into marriage, or a lady who's been in marriage for a couple of years, and they're feeling like they're giving up on it.
Yeah.
They're in ministry. God has blessed them on other areas in business and ministry and stuff like that. But they're feeling like they're almost giving up.
Yeah.
Please speak to them.
Wow, I think you will call me again.
Yeah.
I will share the testimony of the miscarriages that I've had.
That's something else. Oh my God.
And
we have to speak about that because your marriage has been...
My marriage has been...
Yeah. Yeah. But we bless the Lord for the babies that you have.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, so many ladies, I've realized so many ladies, they're in marriage. And right now, getting babies has become an issue. Wanakuwa na miscarriages. And then the marriages, they're breaking again because the man needs a baby. But I had 4 miscarriages, 1 ectopic pregnancy. And God came through and gave me a Naya. So there is hope. Yeah. As long as you are alive, there is hope. And if you're there, you're in marriage. I know right now the devil is fighting marriages left, right, and center, including mine. Is not an exceptional. But one thing we need to do and to know, let us value marriage the way our parents used to value marriage. Yeah. That you love your marriage to an extent, you fight for it. But as long as you're not, there is no violence. Again, you know, we cannot tell you ukufie kwa your marriage. As long as there is no violence and it's something that you can solve, something that you can pray about it. Let us fight for our marriages. I have a group where I have young ladies, young married ladies. Yeah. Where we just talk our issues, we share our issues. Msee ametoka huko amekuja anatuambia nilifanywa hivi jana, we encourage her, and you know, so, and we'll be having prayer picnics very soon. Okay. So be encouraged. Don't give up in your marriage yet. All right. As long as it is something that you can solve. I know right now una feel I just want to hata mimi nafikanga, please, I want to get out of this marriage and run, bro. But let us value marriage.
And marriage is beautiful.
Marriage is beautiful.
I am one person who absolutely believes that marriage is beautiful.
Yes.
And it's because I've seen people like you.
Yeah.
It's because I've seen people like my parents.
Yeah.
That they have marriages that are beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah, so I absolutely love what you said. For the people who want to listen to your music, get in touch with you, please give us your platforms.
Faith Nduhiu on all my social media platforms.
Yeah.
Faith Nduhiu mtanipata pale. And subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe to this YouTube channel,
Yes,
guys.
please tell them.
Share,
Yeah.
share, and tell your friend that marriage is beautiful.
Yeah.
Get married to your friend. Yeah.
Get married to your friends.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much for being with us on this episode. So in the interest of time, tutamalizia hapo, but thank you so much, Faye, for coming. This has been so wholesome. Please, I want to encourage you once again, as a young person, don't give up on marriage. Marriage is beautiful.
Audio Jungle.